All right, let's have a look at taking the next step with our data. So in a previous video, we've sort of worked out all of this data that you see on my table here. We set up class groups for our data, so we grouped our data. We worked out the center of each of those groups, which is our class centers. We tallied up the frequencies, that's how many scores occurred in each of those classes. Then we calculated the cumulative frequency, and this is all in a previous video you can check out. And we worked out the average of the grouped data using this FX column. All right, so it's this this cumulative frequency column here that I want to take next. And we're going to take that and we're going to put together another histogram, but this time it's a cumulative frequency histogram. So it's going to be a column chart, and it's this data here. It's the cumulative frequency column. So it's going to show for every class center what's my accumulated or cumulated frequency. So you can see for our first class it was 1, then it went to 3, then to 7, etc., etc. And if you work your way through, you'll end up with a histogram that looks something like this. It's a cumulative frequency histogram. Like we did in a previous activity where we created a polygon that was from the frequency histogram, we're going to do it slightly different when we're talking about the cumulative frequency. We are going to, instead of the center point of each column, we're taking the top right corners, and I'm just joining every top right corner. So from here I'm going to go up to this top right corner, and if I work my way through and I just connect every one of these top right corners together, I end up with this polygon. This is my cumulative frequency polygon. It has a special name. We call it the ogive, and we're going to use it to work out the median value of our grouped data. Here's how we do it. I am going to look at my cumulative frequency, and I had 90 scores all up. So in the middle of that will be the 45th. I'm going to use the 45th score as our middle. So I come along to 45 here on my cumulative frequency, and I run a horizontal line across until it hits the ogive. From there now I drop a line directly down, and that will be the estimate of our median score. So as I look along the bottom here, I can see that looks like it's around about 30. Okay, so we used the cumulative frequency, histogram, and the ogive to come up with our median by picking the middle score out of we had 90. I picked the 45th, where that line from 45 hits the ogive. I drop down and it gives me an estimate for my median. Well done.